you guys, we are dividing. If you're following along with McGraw-Hill, we are in chapter 3. We've done some division by relating it to fact families and multiplication. We've done some models to divide smaller numbers, and now we're going to actually do what's like an algorithm. There's lots of steps, but we're going to take it very slow. This is an introduction to dividing. I'm really only going to do one, maybe 2 examples, because I'm going to really take it slow step by step. So if division is hard for you, this is a great lesson to watch, to really just go step by step on how do you divide. What are the steps? Because you do have to follow steps in order to divide a 2-digit dividend. What is a dividend? So let's say we have a math problem. It's in your book and they want you to divide it, and it might look something like this. Okay, so the dividend is the number that's being broken up. So this is the dividend, the 36, okay? This number is being broken up. That's why we place this left side of a box over it, or a rectangle. We box it, it's closed, because we want to break it up, okay? So 36 is being equally divided. And what is it being divided by? The divisor. This 2 out in front is your divisor. This tells you how many equal groups to divide it into. So we want 2 groups. So to help you, if you enjoyed using models, what you would do is you would draw 3 10 blocks, 6 1s, and then you would draw 2 groups, and you would start breaking it up evenly and see what this answer is, okay? So that just relates to how to divide using models. But we're going to do it this way. But it's important to understand that this is the number, the dividend, that's being broken up. 2 tells you how many groups, and we're trying to figure out what answer would go in these groups, like we did with the models. What number goes in these 2 groups evenly? That's going to be our answer up here. How many go in each group if we split 36 into 2 equal groups? All right, so there's a saying that helps you, and I love it because it's super easy. We say, does McDonald's sell burgers regularly? You're probably saying, say what? So, DMSBR, what does that mean? Well, I want you to try and remember the saying. Does McDonald's sell burgers regularly? The answer is yes, but that's not what it's asking and what it's telling you. It's actually helping you with an easy way on how to remember the steps. These are the steps in order. First you divide, then you multiply, then you subtract, then you bring down, and then you repeat all your steps and start with D again. So I would have this written down on your paper anytime you need to divide. If you follow these steps in order, one by one, and then repeat, you'll be golden, okay? Because you start to, get down to subtracting and bringing down, and then you might have to do it again. So just to make everything nice and neat in order, just follow this little clue, okay? So you always take the first number in your dividend, and it's always good to start with the first number. If you can just divide this one by the divisor, go ahead and start with that because it's a little bit easier. I might not know how many times 2 goes into 36 off the top of my head, so I'm just going to start with the 3. Can 2 fit into a 3? What does that mean? If I had 3 circles and I needed to cover them up with 2 circles, could you cover 2 of them? You could. Yes, you have one left over, but it definitely fits. I always like relating it like that. Like if you were putting something, like if you were playing chess, can you place it on there? For example, what if there was a 4 in our divisor? If I had only 3 circles, but I needed to cover with 4, I can do 3 of them, but I have 1 left over. That means 4 cannot fit into a 3. 4 is bigger than 3. So the number out here, the divisor, has to be smaller than the number that you're dividing it into. 2 can go into 3, and 2 can fit into 3 one time. How do I know that? Because again, if I have 3 circles and I have 2, how many times can I put them on there? I can put them on there once, and it's okay that I have this 1 left over. It's okay if that part is bigger. It fits, and it fits once. I can also relate that to multiplication, because 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? So it can fit once because I only have 2, and 2 does not go above 3. If I multiply 2 twice, I hit a 4, and 4 is bigger than 3, and I can't go above whatever number's sitting here. So I need to go back down. It can only fit in once. Okay, so we just divided. We just did part 1, divide. 3 divided by 2 is 1. Now it says multiply. So what we do is we put a multiplication symbol here, and we say, what is 1 times 2? 1 times 2 is 2, and we write it right under the 3. What's the next step? Subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. B stands for bring down. You only bring down the next digit, and you only bring down 1 digit at a time, and it happens to be a 6. Now I have 16. So these numbers come together, and it says repeat. Repeat means go back up and divide. I'm done with the 36. I already subtracted the 2. Now I'm doing 16 divided by 2. So if it helps you, draw a new division symbol. And now I'm saying, okay, what's 16 divided into 2 equal groups? Or how many times can 2 multiply into a 16? Well, 2 times 4 is 8. I'm trying to get up to 16. I need to keep going. What's 2 times 5? That's 10. I still need to see if I can get up to 16. What's 2 times 7? Well, that's 14. That's really close. What's 2 times 8? 16. 2 goes into 16 evenly, and it goes into it evenly 8 times. That's a fact family. So 2 goes into 16 8 times. See how I use multiplication to figure out what that fact family number is, or how many times it can fit? That's a great strategy to do. So we said 2 can go into 16 8 times. Now we multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. Then we subtract. 16 minus 16 is 0. Okay, even though I have a 0, make sure you keep going to B. Do I have anything to bring down? I don't. So whatever you're left with here, because you don't have another number to bring down, this is what's left over. I have 0 left over, which means this was a fact family, and our answer was an even answer of 18. So I can say that 36 divided by 2 is 18, and there was no remainder. All right, you guys, so that was kind of a quick but step-by-step example of how to divide something without a remainder. Check out my other video when I do some more division where you see examples with remainders. And don't forget, does McDonald's sell burgers regularly? Yes, they do, and yes, this will help you do all the steps for division. All right, you guys, talk to you soon. Make sure you check out the other videos for this chapter on how to divide numbers.